is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us. The bitter cold will soon be over.
But we still have tonight to get through. Let's check your first warning forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
And for some of us, it'll be a trade-off. We'll have the bitter cold gradually abate, but we'll also have the prospects for some accumulating snow. In fact, Doppler track shows some snow across northern Illinois, moving into far southeastern Wisconsin. Some heavier bands of lake effect snow just grazing the Lake Michigan shoreline from Racine and Kenosha counties southward, where some heavy snow has been reported over the last couple of hours. But zooming into southern Wisconsin, just some light snow and flurries falling across Rock and southern Greene counties. Areas north and west of Madison probably miss out on the snow altogether, and what snow does accumulate, maybe an inch or two down toward the Illinois state line, with heavier amounts of 4 to 6 inches over toward Racine and Kenosha counties. But for the rest of us, it's the bitter cold. This morning, Madison was at 12 below zero. Black River Falls, north and east of La Crosse, 35 below zero, and temperatures were in the 20s below zero toward north and west. Current temperatures are near their high for the day, which is not saying very much. We're at 1 degree in Madison. Areas closer to La Crosse are already below zero, and wind chills are running about 15 to 20 below zero, and those numbers will continue to drop. Wind chill advisories are in effect west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. That's where wind chills could hit 25 below zero by morning. Look for a low temperature in Madison of about 2 below zero by early tomorrow morning. The snow will come to an end early tomorrow, and then we'll turn partly sunny, and our high temperature will get back up to 13 degrees. First time in a long time we've been as warm as that, and temperatures should be closer to normal by the end of the weekend. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
Lucky number 13. Gary, thank you. This week sets the stage for some very important decisions coming out of the Capitol.
It is a jam-packed calendar, especially tomorrow. Naomi Coles joins us live from the Capitol to explain what's coming down the pike. Naomi?
Yeah, the Senate has more than 20 bills to consider, and the Assembly has a handful of their own. All of that is to come hours before the governor is set to give his budget proposals. Here's a few highlights to watch for.
A lot of the bills hitting the Senate floor tomorrow are leftover from last year's session, which was cut short.
We stopped meeting. There could have been sessions, so many of them were just reintroduced and put through again.
Newer bills include measures that would stop government officials from requiring COVID-19 vaccines for employees and prevent public health from stopping large gatherings at places of worship. Senate Minority Leader Janet Bewley says they're unlikely to make it past the governor.
And some of these very much are in conflict with how the governor feels. So
in the Assembly, Republicans are pushing through a bill giving tax breaks to businesses who receive PPP loans. Democrats want to limit the breaks to loans worth $250,000 or less.
It costs upwards of $450 million to the state. Washington-style budgeting doesn't have to balance, but Wisconsin does. And so Democrats are going to be proposing a substitute amendment that caps the deduction and pours the savings into direct aid to businesses.
We already know some of the governor's budget priorities ahead of his address tomorrow, like pushing again for legalizing recreational marijuana and accepting federal dollars to expand Medicaid. We asked Republican leaders for comment today on the week's agenda. They didn't respond or weren't available. Democrats say they're hopeful for areas of compromise.
Well, I mean, I think the case has never been better for broadband expansion around the state. Certainly unemployment insurance, given the problems we've had both with infrastructure and just some reform.
What is not on the agenda yet? Another attempt at COVID-19 relief legislation. Since the governor's veto earlier this month of when the Republicans went back on their compromise agreement, Democrats have actually reissued some of the key proposals in that law as 22 separate bills. However, all of those bills are still sitting in committee.
Naomi Coles live at the Capitol tonight. Naomi, thank you.
If you still have an absentee ballot for the primary election, you will need to return it to your polling place tomorrow on Election Day. City of Madison ballot drop boxes are closed as of an hour ago. Polls are open tomorrow from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. In order for your absentee ballot to be counted, take it to your polling place before 8 p.m. For anyone voting in person, remember to bring your photo ID and a proof of residence like a lease or utility bill if you need to register to vote after a name or address change.
We're highly suggesting if you're planning on voting in person, double check where your polling place is, because some polling places have changed since November.
City of Madison residents can do that at cityofmadison.com/where-do-I-vote. If you live outside of Madison, you can find your polling place at myvote.wi.gov. President Biden will be in Milwaukee tomorrow night for a CNN town hall taking place at the Pabst Theater. This event is his first official trip since being sworn in. Anderson Cooper will moderate this event and is expected to ask questions on a number of issues as lawmakers and business leaders debate how to defeat the coronavirus. We'll have highlights from the town hall tomorrow on News 3 Now at 10.
State and county health officials have confirmed 405 new COVID cases in the past day. Now, that is below the 7-day rolling average of 762. 4 more Wisconsinites have died. In the past 24 hours, more than 2,000 people have been vaccinated, far below the daily average after coming off the weekend. About 4% of the state's population has completed their vaccination series now. More than 12% have gotten at least 1 dose, and almost 6.5% here in Dane County. Residents have received both doses. 17.6% have gotten at least 1 shot. Now, before you give your vaccinated grandmother a hug, experts are warning that just because one person has received both doses, that doesn't make seeing them totally safe. The vaccine stops individuals from contracting the virus, but it is unclear if they can still be carriers. If a vaccination person is a carrier, then UW Health Dr. Matt Anderson warns visiting them before you've gotten the shot could cause you to get sick.
It really is about a spectrum of risk. And as you think about that risk, be thinking not only about yourself, be thinking about the individual who you're visiting, but also be thinking about the community more broadly and thinking about how do we continue to take precautions to keep the community spread down.
Dr. Anderson says if you have not been vaccinated but choose to see someone who has, it's a good idea to still practice social distancing and to wear a mask. Keeping your circle small will also lower the risk of a community spread.
Developing tonight, police in Wisconsin Dells are investigating a woman's death at the River Inn Resort. Officers responded to a welfare check on 2 people staying in a room there Sunday morning. A woman inside was dead and a man was detained. Police believe the incident is isolated and say there is no threat to the public. It's been nearly 6 years since an unarmed biracial teen was shot and killed by a Madison police officer.
Tony Robinson, a name that has stayed with this community in the fight for police reform and racial justice. Robinson's grandmother is now trying to reopen that case. Jamie Perez joins us now to explain how and why. Jamie?
Right, so Robinson's grandmother actually started a petition online saying that she wants to reopen the case. Now, she told me in an interview that she wants Madison police officer Matt Kenny fired for lying about the events leading up to Tony Robinson's death. She said she's doing this now because we're coming up on the deadline for the statute of limitations to try to fire Kenny based on perjury.
If we cannot get the help from the city, we are asking for the help of the people. Come with us in this, because all I want you to do is see the truth.
In 2015, Dane County District Attorney Ishmael Ozan decided that no charges would be pressed against Officer Kenny after fatally shooting Tony Robinson. Throughout the next several years, though, forensic evidence was released that showed that Kenny's statements were inconsistent with what they found about the evidence. About the events that led up to Tony Robinson's death. So coming up tonight at 10, I'm going to show you exactly what was in those documents and how Tony Robinson's grandmother could possibly get this case reopened even without the district attorney's help.
All right, we look forward to that. Jamie Perez reporting. Jamie, thank you. And coming up next at 6, local bar and restaurant owners are lobbying to be able to sell cocktails to go. A look at what rules they'd have to follow and who is on board with the idea so far. That's just ahead. Stay with us.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
You thought you were the only ones who'd go someplace just because you liked the name of the town. The only ones who didn't just want to see the world, but needed to explore every corner of it. You thought you were the only ones until you discovered others just like you. Jeep Cherokee, there's only one.
Right now, get 0% financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models. Hurry to the Jeep President's Day event today.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the President's Sale at Slumberland. Come on. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now at our President's Sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you.
Oh. Yeah, this is the winner. Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Many restaurants may be known for their food, but owners will tell you their beverages generate a lot of profit. Wisconsin lawmakers want to find a way to restore some of those profits during the pandemic by making it legal to buy their liquor to go. Christina Laurie walks us through the new bill that could help more restaurants survive.
If we were to take the alcohol that's currently in the restaurant and we were to sell it as cocktails, we have $200,000 worth of cocktails sitting in my building right now.
Chef Dave Heidi's dining room inside Liliana's has been empty since March, but the restaurant's liquor cabinet has remained full.
We're just sitting on all this inventory, like it's just in boxes right now collecting dust.
While Liliana's and other Madison area restaurants have been able to scrape by on carry-out and delivery orders, they're only making a fraction of what they used to.
When this shutdown happened, since March, I have still enough alcohol inventory in here to do the normal $140,000 a month in sales that we were doing pre-COVID. And now we're doing, if we're lucky, a month, maybe $50,000 if we're lucky.
The National Restaurant Association estimates that on average, restaurants with a liquor license make 30% of their revenue through alcohol sales. That's why local owners like Heidi are lobbying for Assembly Bill 32, which could hit the floor as soon as this week. The bill would allow Wisconsin restaurants, bars, and taverns to sell cocktails to go as long as the drinks have a tamper-evident seal.
Here's a way you could really help restaurants without us having to take on federal funds and federal grants and state money. Let us support ourselves, but give us the tools to be able to be safe.
More than 30 states, including Illinois, already have similar laws in place. Most were passed last March. Wisconsin's version would only stay in effect until the pandemic is over, and the president says the country is no longer under a national emergency.
All it's doing by not having this law is encouraging bars to say, I guess we have to open. Even though it's not safe, we're going to open because otherwise we close and we lose our house and our car and our family become homeless, So
this bill has bipartisan support. Chef Dave says even Mothers Against Drunk Driving has spoken out in favor of it since it encourages people to buy drinks and actually drive them home before cracking them open. So far, only Costco and Sam's have spoken out against it. We reached out to both of them for comment, but have not heard back just yet. Reporting in Madison, for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Now, the Wisconsin Restaurant Association helped draft this bill. Christine Hilmer, the president and CEO of the Restaurant Association, agrees this bill is long overdue, but says the WRA is ready as soon as it is passed to help all Wisconsin restaurants follow the new guidelines to start selling as soon as possible. Again, that could happen as soon as tomorrow.
Still ahead at 6, we're comparing the CDC's latest guidance for returning to the classroom with mitigation strategies from local leaders. A look at what this means for students in southern Wisconsin. And the bitter cold is not quite done, but we're in the home stretch. Gary has the details in your First Warn forecast.
Sunroom savings season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Keep more presidents in your pocket during Steinhaffel's President's Day sale. Take 35% off store-wide, plus get an extra $100 off, and get great deals like any size Sealy mattress, $99. This power recliner, $299. A queen panel bed, just $629. 5-piece dining set, only $829. Steinhaffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices. So save big during Steinhaffel's President's Day sale. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
At Papa Murphy's, we believe Tuesdays should be taken seriously. That's why we need Seriously. We chop seriously and shred seriously. And it's why every Tuesday, you can get a large made-to-order pizza for just $10. Seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays. Even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Goldman Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2016 or 17 Ford Escape starting at $10,995 or $175 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2016 or 17 Ford Escape only for $10,995 or $175 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
Sunroom saving season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Let CoolView show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Well, the CDC's new guidelines for getting kids back in school give some parents hope that it might happen soon for all schools in southern Wisconsin.
Dane County's health department is watching those guidelines closely. And tonight we are breaking down what the guidelines mean for us. Here's Amanda Quintana.
Masks, physical distancing, hand washing, contact tracing, and a lot of cleaning. Many of the same recommendations we've been hearing for almost a year now. They're the same steps that need to be taken to get all students back in the classroom.
These mitigation efforts do support the ability to return. It may not be exactly the way we did school 11 months ago, but it supports the ability to be in that school setting.
The CDC's new guidelines aren't much different than the ones Public Health Madison and Dane County has been pushing, but the CDC does list what Janelle Heinrich calls bonus strategies, vaccinations for teachers and regular testing in schools, both providing extra support if they were available, but they're not right now. So they're not required in order to go back to in-person learning.
But we do know that as a community, we still have a lot of testing capacity in our community should folks need to get tested.
The new guidelines lay out 4 levels from low to high transmission in a community: blue, yellow, orange, and red. The percentage of positive tests in Dane County puts us in blue, where K through 12 could all open for full in-person instruction with those mitigation strategies. But our new cases over the last week land us in red, where elementary students should stay in a hybrid mode and middle and high schoolers all virtual.
That's what it says, but I think that if you can continue to provide all of those layered mitigation, that it provides, kind of more wraparound safety around all of the ages.
Case numbers are continuing to drop, so when can those older kids come back too? That's left up to the individual districts.
They're all wrestling with the same challenges about what space is available, what teacher resources available, how much we can do all the other things to continue to roll that back.
That was Amanda Quintana reporting. With the Madison Metropolitan School District's announcement last week to start bringing kids back next month, Heinrich says all Dane County school districts will have some sort of in-person learning soon. Many of them are used to doing those mitigation strategies for months now.
Well, the weather continues to be very cold, but things could get better as the week progresses. Gary with the details. First warn forecast. Gary.
Eric, we've got no place to go, but it has to get better. It can't get any worse. But we still have an alert day in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow for bitter cold. Wind chills by early tomorrow morning, especially for our western viewers, could be as cold as 25 degrees below zero. Also, some light snow southeast of Madison might bring some minor accumulations, mainly towards southern Rock County. But with temperatures this cold, the roads are going to become very icy where that does occur. Low temperatures last night, teens and 20s 20s below zero through most of Wisconsin. Rhinelander, 33 below zero. Black River Falls, just northeast of La Crosse, hit 35 below zero. Current temperatures are barely above zero in Madison, below zero to our north and west. And these temperatures, while holding steady this evening, will start to drop later on tonight. Wind chills right now running between about 15 and 25 below zero from most of the Midwest. Those wind chills are still going to be a factor, especially across our western viewing area tonight. So wind chill advisories in effect till 10 a.m. tomorrow morning west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells Line. Farther out to the west, there are wind chill warnings in effect for much of Iowa into Nebraska and South Dakota. To our south, steady snow has been falling across northern Illinois. And look at these bands of heavy lake effect snow just hitting Racine and Kenosha counties down into the city of Chicago. Visibility right now, half mile at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. Very heavy snow has been occurring in far northeastern Illinois and far southeastern Wisconsin, where winter storm warnings are in effect. Winter weather advisories in effect just south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line and near the Lake Michigan shoreline in eastern Wisconsin. But we're not alone in seeing wintry weather. Winter storm warnings go all the way down to Texas and as far northeast as Maine, and in between, ice storm warnings from portions of eastern Kentucky all the way to just west of New York City. So this is a nasty winter storm. We're just mainly on the cold side of it with all the wintry weather staying to our south. That's because the jet stream is buckled here. Farther to the south, there's severe weather over parts of southern Georgia and northern Florida. But right now, the coldest air is centered just over northern Minnesota, where the winds are pretty light. That's where skies are clearing out, and that's where the coldest temperatures will be for tonight. Now, our forecast includes that wind chill advisory west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells Line through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look for a low in Madison of about 2 below zero, some light snow south and east of Madison, and there could be wind chills as cold as 25 below zero for our northwestern viewers. Tomorrow, the flurries southeast of Madison will end, then skies will turn partly sunny. Our high temperature gets back up to 13 degrees. And as we check out future track, you can see most of the snow south and east of Madison, north and west of Dane County, very little, if any, snow falling tonight. That winds down pretty quickly tomorrow morning as temperatures drop to below zero in Madison, but notice the colder temperatures out toward Prairie du Chien. Then tomorrow, look for high temperatures in the lower to middle teens with partly sunny skies. Tomorrow night, with mainly clear skies, at least for part of the evening, temperatures will drop back to between about 5 and 10 below zero. Wind chills could be as cold as 20 below zero. Wednesday, we'll see variably cloudy skies with high temperatures in the mid to upper teens, but then we have the potential for some snow as we head into Wednesday night and Thursday. Snow tonight into early tomorrow morning, maybe an inch or two down toward the Illinois state line, nothing north and west of Dane County, heavier totals out toward Milwaukee, Racine, and Kenosha counties. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, those temperatures slowly climb as we head through the rest of the week. Again, some accumulating snow possible southeast of Madison on Thursday, a better chance for accumulating snow Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, and then some mixed precipitation, some freezing rain, sleet, and snow toward the middle part of next week.
And coming up in sports, the Badger men's hockey team moving on up in the rankings. Why Tony Granado says that's great, but there's still work to be done. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Menards carries the products you use every day. Everyone needs a battery that they can rely on. So choose Energizer batteries and products. Grab a 16-pack of Energizer AA or AAA alkaline batteries for only $7.99 each. While you're here, stock up on light bulbs. Sylvania LED bulbs are long-lasting and energy efficient. This 3600 lumen extra bright LED light bulb is just $14.99. Now, during Menards Race to Savings Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque, or being the only pickup on Car and Driver's 10 best list. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
During the Ram
Ram President's Day event, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $3,750 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500.
Every year, thousands of Wisconsin residents make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. So News 3 Now and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund would like to thank all who donated to our Week of Warmth. Your generous gifts of warmth will directly help your neighbors in crisis. For more information about the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, visit kwwf.org. Week of Warmth for the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, sponsored by Viridian Homes.
2 people in Madison, within 30 seconds of him arriving, were dead.
A fatal shooting that left lingering wounds in our city.
It appears clear that the shooting was not justified.
Now, after 6 years, find out why the case of Tony Robinson's death could be reopened tonight at 10.
Hey folks, a new vaccination site opens up Tuesday morning. We'll tell you where.
And who's hungry for poochkies? We'll be in the kitchen whipping some up for Fat Tuesday. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
What does a road series split against the top 10 team get you? Well, if you're the Badger men, nice little jump in the rankings. Wisconsin moved up to 5th in the country. It's the first time UW has been ranked in the top 5 since October of 2017. But there's no time to celebrate for Tony Granato. This weekend, his squad welcomes in Notre Dame, a team that's 7-1 on the road this year. And the Irish going to be looking for some revenge after what happened back in November.
They didn't score a goal this week. And you know that they're going to be, trying to put this weekend as their signature weekend of the season. So, and that's the thing, again, we said it last week after the Minnesota series is, okay, that's fun and dandy and everything was good, but man, we got a big weekend coming up.
After another dominating series sweep, the Badger women stayed at the top of the latest rankings. Wisconsin off this week before they wrap up their regular season with a trip to Duluth. Frustrating is probably the best way to describe watching the Badger men. Take yesterday's game, for example. First half, Wisconsin looked like not only the best team in the Big Ten, but one of the best in the country. Second half, it was like watching a JV team scrimmage against the varsity. And that JV feel has been on display against the top 3 teams in the Big Ten. In 4 games against Michigan, Ohio State, and Illinois, UW is 0-4.
Our ability mentally first, and then physically to take this up another level and not allow pressure, whether it's extended like that or physical play in the post, on the glass and in the paint, detour us from what we want to accomplish.
Not going to get any easier for a Greg Gard's squad with 2 games against Iowa, a top 4 team in the conference, Illinois, who already beat Wisconsin by 15, and a trip to Purdue left. And Imani Lewis has been named the Big Ten's Co-Player of the Week after averaging a double-double last week. Lewis, who leads the conference with 11 double-doubles, scored 27 points against both Ohio State and Minnesota. The award is the first of her career, and Lewis is the first Badger to take home the award since 2014.
All right, Zach, thanks. Let's get to Gary for a final recap of our forecast.
Well, we have wind chill advisories for our western viewing area where wind chills could get down to about 25 below zero early tomorrow morning, and some snow south and east of Madison might accumulate an inch or 2 tonight.
Well, we'll be warming up as the week progresses, though. Gary, thank you, and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.